Do you feel like you're worthy? Like truly worthy? A lot of us, we are stuck in our path that we want to create abundance, that we want to create success, but we just can't seem to get there. And worthiness is such an important theme of this, and we want to address it in today's video.
It's happening very often that people push in 3D to prove their little mini bit of worthiness. For example, my parents, they grew up in communistic country, and until today they are still pushing to prove themselves to be worthy a little bit. My father still saves on everything. He's still saving on those little things like bread, or those little things, daily food and so on, and he's not willing to change that. And I feel so sad for it, and I understand where he comes from, and this is what we need to change. We need to give to ourselves all the time the best, and he does that, but he also looks at prices, and it's just innate, it's just in us, in people, for example, coming from here, but I believe that everywhere people are looking at these things.
And getting yourself the best doesn't mean that you have to buy a private jet so you can fly comfortably to the next destination. It is actually very, very small things that we don't even realize in our lives. We were asking you to share with us some struggle that you might have on your journey to your future self. And we had Anna, who was filling out the form, which is also linked below the video if you want to share something with us. And we would like to share her story with you today. She's on her journey to launch her new career as a life coach and be successful and have a continuous income with that. And she's doing all kinds of meditations, affirmations, vision board, and her current struggle is the following. I feel a lot of guilt, worry, and desperation for not having a consistent income and for not having a successful career. I'm 33 years, left corporate last year to start this new career, but things have not picked up. I'm constantly shifting my focus from life coach to healing, to law of attraction, then again to life coach. I'm struggling in my career and money. Even though whenever I shift my focus to meditation and having positive frequency, I have manifested some huge amounts as a gift.
If you feel a lot of guilt and desperation, I very much recommend to work on those emotions. Just remove those emotions from your field. This is the first thing I would do, because if you do changing beliefs and perceptions or any other beginner's meditation from Dr. Joe's, or you can do any other meditation which you do, but it would help you to basically get rid of that emotion, because this struggle now is supplying these emotions for you, because all of us are tending to be addicted to these emotions. So giving you a service to create guilt in your life so you can feel guilty a little bit, because that's who you were in the past. And now it came on the surface and you want to remove it from your life. You already name it. You already see what you don't want anymore in your life. And this desperation and this guilt is amazing. You can start with these two and everything will move around.
You're basically doing the inner work, you're doing the meditations, you're doing the affirmations, but then you smack yourself on the back of your head every day by saying, I feel guilty, I feel stressed, I feel worried, because this is exactly you going back to that old reality. These words, these feelings are no longer going to exist in your future, so it's really important to address these first and get rid of them and really focus on the unlimited person that you are, the unlimited creator, and just speak and act to yourself like you are already that person. And whenever you have this thought again, oh my gosh, I feel guilty, or you feel unworthy, then immediately no. You stop yourself and you change it in that moment, and you are becoming your future self again.
Think about you like a little child. Who are you to tell yourself, to that beautiful being who you are, just this mind is judging you, that you are supposed to be desperate and guilty? Don't give this to yourself anymore. Let's not give it to us all anymore, and we would be all happier in this lifetime, all people around us as well. And I remember this story from yesterday. Raphael was finishing one business deal which we had for a few years, and when the client got his money, Raphael wasn't very happy that the client didn't get that much as it could be possible maybe. And it was beautiful deal. I was very happy that we have it over, that everything is all calm and set, and because it was quite a turbulent as well for us, this business deal. But Raphael was unhappy, and I'm like, why don't you celebrate? Because he also had this guilt and unworthiness in him as
I
well.
could have delivered a better service for that client.
I'm not saying that he was punishing himself and stuff like that, you know. I'm saying,
but I
for
immediately
these-
smacked myself on the back
Yeah,
of my head
yeah.
again and said, "Oh, you could have done better.
Yeah,
It's finished, but you could have done better."
yeah, it's a German mindset usually, because we in this Eastern Europe and so on, we have these mindsets that we always can't be happy. We have to be always like punishing ourselves because we are a little bit successful.
It should be hard, and there should be some suffering with it.
Yeah, I have it too, and it's basically from the school systems and implanted in our heads. It's nothing personal. We all have it in the school, you know. You don't do a good job at school and you receive a bad grade. It's a punishment, and you should feel guilty, and it should motivate you to be better. But is it true in this new earth, new dimensions which we are entering? This is not going to be a thing anymore. We have to learn how to lovingly behave to ourselves, basically. We don't want any more kids to be this way. We don't want our children like those little guys now, which we have now here in our house as well, my nephew. We don't want him to see, oh, you do something wrong, so you will be punished. No. We want them to feel, okay, I'll explain you what you did wrong so you can do it better next time. And this is what you do. You can mother yourself or parent yourself into success. And if you change from, you know, healing and coaching, and you don't know who you want to be as a provider of these services for people, it will also turn out certain way. It will also unveil later. You can combine
Yes.
all those modalities.
It's
and
more about starting, because we also started
Yeah.
this YouTube channel. We were just speaking about things that we're interested in, and over time you start to figure out, okay, what am I really want to focus on? What do people resonate with? And that will be your future then. It
If-
will always evolve and change.
If I would be coaching you or be in a coaching session with you, I would ask you one question. Why is that you want to do this specific job which you're doing, coaching or whatever you're doing? This video is not only for Anna, it's for everybody. Why are you doing this, what you want to do? You want to provide some beautiful transformation or hold space for people to improve themselves, and then you want to feel guilty because you're not successful enough. You know, if you would be accessing this space with your heart a little bit more, and maybe open your heart a little bit more towards your activities, your job, or whatever you want to call it, then maybe something will loosen up a little bit more, and the energy will flow better, and you will feel much more anchored in this what you're doing, and you will feel happier in what you're doing, and the happiness will bring the benefit of success and money.
And then, Anna, I would like to also shift the focus a little bit on worthiness, because when I read your message, the first thing that I was thinking of was unworthiness and how important it is to change that. I'll share with you an example of me yesterday. I was looking to buy a new phone for several weeks now, and I have been continuously comparing different websites where they have the best price, the best offers. Well, where will I get some coupon? And yesterday I decided to buy the phone from a web shop in Switzerland that had a 20 Swiss franc discount. It's a very small amount, but I thought, okay, maybe here I'll get the best price and I wouldn't get it better anywhere else. But this is not the most trusted web shop in Switzerland, not the one where I usually buy electronics from. There's another one which is way bigger that I always have a really good experience with. So I decided I'll go for this 20 Swiss franc discount. I was filling out the details and going through that process, and it just started to feel the energy wasn't flowing well. The credit card was not accepted the first 5 times, but I kept trying until it eventually worked. And the whole web shop is a little bit older, and they have very different rules and conditions than the other web shop that I'm used to. So for example, if they would ship me the phone damaged, it would be my responsibility. Otherwise I would have to purchase an insurance for the shipping, which is something I've never heard of before. It just gave me a really awkward feeling, this whole experience, and I was then obsessing about that shop and reading reviews online, what is the experience from people, but I couldn't really cancel the order anymore. So for me, it was like a aha moment that I was like, these 20 Swiss francs, I could save myself so much time of obsessing about it then and worrying about it. And I could just feel worthy. I could just feel worthy that yes, I'll pay the full price. I'll not have a discount, but I have absolute calm, ease. I know it's a great shop. If something is wrong with the device, I just go there. It's super easy, uncomplicated.
He didn't feel worthy because not of his spirituality level, or he doesn't meditate more or so. He could see, actually, if you start to work with yourself, you will see this more. It will be super highlighted for you. Oh, I don't feel really cool here. I have to fine tune it a little bit, you know. I have to, it's like cosmetic details in my life which I have to remove because I don't want to do this and that, and you'll just polishing, you know, your diamond, or I could call it diamond. But he didn't feel like this because it was implanted in his brain, in his mind, through the school and through upbringing, all those programs from those people who surrounded him. Okay, check where it's cheaper, where it's better price, you know, blah blah blah. Do you have some coupon? Even though he would be like a IKEA owner, he would still drive the old car. Or like Jeff Bezos, he used to drive, even though he was a billionaire, he was driving old car, I think it was old Honda. And he has to take some time to trust and surrender and believe, okay, I'm in a different environment. I can do this. I can buy hundreds of those cars now, and or thousands, I don't know. This is for you too. You finish your job somewhere and you go somewhere else new, and now those things which shouldn't belong in your new life just come up, and you have to just polish your diamond, just clean the glass, and you will be looking at life much more with like a clearer perception and more love. And this is all for us here to just, these obstacles and these feelings are not bad. It's just residuals of those programs which were never ours.
And like I said in the beginning, it's really these small things. Because I was also doing it really well another time. When I wanted to buy some garden soil for my vegetables, I was looking online where's the best price, what shop I should go to, and I was still deciding between organic soil or non-organic with artificial fertilizers in there. And the non-organic was of course much cheaper, and I was still considering what should I do, and I decided to go in the end with the organic one, pay a little bit more upfront. But I'm telling you, I felt so worthy when I had that organic soil in my home. When I could use it, when I could open it, I felt so good, so worthy. And it's just a small price difference, but who I was in that moment is completely different.
And I knew that Raphael needs to have his soil organic because I know that he would enjoy it much more. You could say that it was also your girlfriend telling
Yeah, of course,
you.
you also encouraged me to, hey, let's get it, and we're both having so much fun with it. And yes, this is how you're gonna feel. So it's these really small things in your life that you can start to practice with.
As a person from outside of his process, I could see, okay, he has this soil which is non-organic. It will make the work. But with this organic, I saw much more energy in there, much more
Yes.
happiness there. So I kind of whispered to his ear, and he kind of listened. And I also shared how I see him in these two choices, that one is a bit more lighter and glowing, and one is more a little bit like a daily routine stuff. And now I have a glowing person in there, and you should too. Even though you could buy much less of something which would make you super happy, or you could buy a little piece of makeup which would make you much more happier than other piece of makeup, or whatever you want to buy for yourself. Also for men, electronics, you know, just do that because it will just make you so happy. And that's why we are here for. If you can afford it, you are worthy to do this, and there's no question that it's going to bring you much more attractivity and magnetism for your heart to attract more of these experiences in your life.
Yes, it's really impressive what an effect it has on your energy.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do it consciously. You need to choose something and say, like my example, okay, I'm gonna buy this phone for the full price now, and I do it consciously and I feel worthy to do it this way. And I don't have to worry about, will the phone be a little bit cheaper the next day or another day. I decide this is for me now and I'm worthy of this, and it will change your energy so much.
Because when you go to this, nobody, nothing, like Dr. Joe says, you don't have there the phone, you don't have there anything. And if the soul comes into this planet and there is a little bit of fun somewhere, and it's a cute fun because it's not something over consuming or overspending, it's just very thought through process. But we were taught, because of this, as I already mentioned, because of the system, it taught us to just still obsess about these little things, which we have to remove from our life.
So Anna, thank you very much for filling out this form. We're very happy that you were sharing your story with us. We hope it also inspired other people that were watching this video. If you're going through a struggle right now on your journey of becoming your future self, feel free to fill out the form in the description below and share with us in the comments if you're also practicing worthiness. And if you would love to share some more time with us, we also have this video here for you next.